precedents. Make sure they're not trying to make you do something that's never been done before. But that's where the agent is from. Like, trust your agent, but also.
Welcome back to another episode on D-Hop TV, man. Hey, I got a big-time person on this podcast. On today, I'm joined by Agent Paul. Appreciate you taking the time to come on my podcast, my guy.
Hey, man, anytime, bro. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Hey, I like that chain piece right on the thing, man. Like Johnny Dang.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
My grandma gave me that chain. My grandma gave me that chain.
Yeah, the one guy get snatched by anybody like that on D-Block on Friday.
I can't let nobody snatch. My grandma gave me this one.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So let's go ahead and get today's show started, man. So I've been a fan of you for a while, man. I met you a couple years ago in the Black Sports. I know you probably ain't remember because you ran into a lot of people, but, man, I'm happy to see we connected. Then we end up, I ran into you, what was that, last year at the All-American Bowl game? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, man, I got to get bro on the pod. So now here we go today doing it, man. So I said, appreciate you for sure.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You know, I remember, BSB, Black Sports Business Symposium.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest days of my career, man.
Yeah.
That just share the stage with Rand and Tehran and just meeting everybody. There's still people I still see from that that event to this day.
Yeah, for sure. Was that like your first big old event that you just ever did?
I don't know, bro, because, at that point, I had done NFL HBCU experience in New York.
Okay.
That was smooth. That was like the first time I ever got paid to do something.
Yeah.
And, I did Super Soulful Celebration on CBS.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think BSB it hit a little different.
Yeah. Okay, man. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started on your journey. So, where are you born and raised at, and how did you get into the agency business?
You don't know where I'm from, but come on, man. It's the state capital.
New Orleans, I hear it.
Man, Eunice, Louisiana. See, the thing is, man, when people be from small towns, they always want to not claim, oh, I'm from, no, not Lafayette, not, no. Eunice, Louisiana, the state. Eunice, the state capital. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
St. Landry Parish, man, 13,000 people. Eunice High, public school, product, all that, man. Eunice, Louisiana. Shout out to my city, man. Fred Street, to be specific.
Damn, that's crazy. I ain't never heard of that city before. And I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. That's where I was born at.
Shreveport.
Yeah, Shreveport.
What high school?
Well, I didn't go. I was born there. I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, Eunice, you know the thing about it, bro. You ain't heard of Eunice yet, but it's a lot of great people from Eunice, man, and it ain't stopping.
Yeah,
I ain't the last, I ain't the first. We just gonna keep running it up.
A lot of ball players from over there.
Yeah, we got Carlin Vickers, who's one of my clients, who's in the league right now. We had Kyrie Zabear played for a while, Darryl Simon, Derek Ned, Keith Ortego, Chris Carrier. Yeah, we got dogs from the city, man. And, but not just football players. We got people who are successful welders, engineers, teachers, doctors, neighborhood street pharmacists. We got from, man.
Yeah, for sure. You still keep in contact with a lot of them. Well, I know you said one of them your clowns, but outside of like classmates or anything.
Classmates. The crazy part, I was at the LSU game last week. Chris Carrier, who played at Eunice High, he was big time OG. Took me on the field, everything before the game. And you'll know somebody from Eunice how well they know me. Yeah, they ain't gonna say Agent Paul. They ain't gonna say Paul Darius. They gonna be Lil Paul.
Yeah, okay.
And so he know me back from my Lil Paul. So I stay tapped in the city, and I try to make myself available for the people where I'm from.
Yeah, going back to shout out to LSU, man. We 3-0 right now, man. But hey, Brian Kelly, we need that championship this year for sure. It's been a long time coming.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, going back to your agency career, so was there a moment? When was that moment that you realized that you can make a career out of being a sports agent?
I don't know if it was just like one aha moment. I think it was just gradual for me. From being an athlete in college. Yeah, I played tennis. People think it's football, but I played tennis. I always had relationships with track, volleyball. The thing about tennis is a fall, spring sport. Yeah. You train it in the fall, so you build a rapport with everybody. Yeah, okay. And, interned at Nike. Yeah. Got in Dallas, right up the street. Crazy enough. Stayed with my cousin and his wife in their 2-bedroom apartment. Shared a Jack and Jill bathroom, but saw a little bit more of the business, saw the marketing, saw that side of it. And you start to think, okay, what am I going to do next? Am I going to go to law school? But I knew I was going to have something in my life I was going to deal with sports.
Yeah.
I didn't know how,
Yeah.
but I knew something. So went to law school, checked off that box, got real astute in mediation and contract negotiation, some of the skill sets that would actually translate to being an agent. And, I just took it day by day, worked at a firm, did the billable hours, did all those things. And finally I was like, okay, I'm ready to get into it. I'd done enough, seen enough, and, got into it, bro.
I always wondered this as an agent. So do y'all get free tickets in the games, or how did that go?
Nah, bro. Like for me, honestly, the way I look at it is like, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
And it's like if my homeboy had a business, I'm gonna support his business. Now sometimes you got players that'll give you a ticket on love, but I've never asked for a ticket.
Yeah.
It's like just now I went to Cleveland just now to see Aiden play. And his family took up I got a ticket. I was sitting up there. Yeah. I was in them rafters because it was hard to find a ticket to the Ravens home opener.
Yeah.
But like nah, but I'm gonna pay for my own ticket. Like one of the perks though, sometimes you could get in cool with the front office, the administrative people. You get that sideline pass.
Yeah.
You get to go on the game before the field, bro. I'll be so hyped.
Yeah.
I'll be ready to. I be walking out the tunnel. You ever seen that meme where like Stephen A be walking and they be like, you be feeling cool as hell when you're on that sideline walking through walking down, got your little pass, take a picture, show love, just being around the game. So that's one of my favorite parts. Okay.
Man, they probably be trying to use them in negotiations, just something like that. Them little perks, huh?
Nah, they ain't going for that. Nah. They not gonna do it.
Yeah, for sure. So, you were also an attorney. So, how has that shaped your background and how you deal with negotiations with players?
I think for one, I think just being an attorney, right?
Yeah,
you're inherently you have an attention to detail.
Yeah,
because that's who you are. Yeah. It's in you. You rereading, double check, triple check, quadruple check. You understand it. You understand the nuances of contract law. You understand things. It's almost like watching game film. You've seen enough film. If you've played ball enough, you can play faster because you watch film and you studied it. So just different things within the contract. You're able to know just how you think, how you process. And also I think just from when you're up against another front office, they see that, nah, bro, I ain't just got a JD. I didn't just go to law school.
Yeah.
I practice. I do this.
Okay.
Complex commercial litigation. I've sat through hundreds of mediations. Like I do this. Yeah. So all those skills to me are translatable. Yeah. And we're going to see.
Oh, yeah, you're the jack of all trades.
I try my best to, one of my boys once said, the more you can do.
Yeah.
And that law degree has done a lot for me. Southern University Law Center, man. I wouldn't be where I am without that foundation and without the opportunities that the school afforded me. 1947, seriousness of purpose. Shout out to my dogs for sure.
So during negotiations, I always want to know. So do the players be in the rooms with y'all while I have, or nah, or it just be you?
Yeah, you. And then, bro, honestly, bro, a lot of times you really ain't in a room.
Okay.
Most times you really chopping it up back and forth, FaceTime, Zooms, talking. It's not like you'll have some face-to-face interaction here and there, but it's like, nah. And most times, if you're just being honest, you're probably not gonna tell your player everything.
Yeah.
Because if some of the players, you gotta think about it. The players, when it's an agent and a GM, they really saying some harsh truths about the player that the player might not want to hear. The player hears yo, y'all view me at this?
Yeah.
So that's why it's important as an agent, you really got to learn to pick your spots as to what information you bring back.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a field thing. You got to know your player. Some players want to know everything.
Yeah.
Other players bro, tell me when we get close. You know how you got that homeboy hit you up man, what the party looking like? Man, let me know when you get there. Who all gonna be there? Sure. So it just depends.
Yeah. Oh, okay, man. So moving on to your career, still on your career, who would you say has been your biggest role model in your career so far?
I think, people are going to say it's been an agent, but I wouldn't say that. I'd say some of my biggest role models have been, my parents.
Yeah.
Watching how my mom moved, watching how she never felt sorry for herself and, raising my disabled sister and the sacrifices and the care and how she poured into people. So there's watching my dad put on a suit every day, just being a consummate professional. Yeah. So a lot of, my role models for how I go about business are people I met. People who I grew up with, watching my grandfather.
Love for sure. So what a typical day as an agent look like? And if you was an agent, what you feel like you would be doing outside of this?
That's a good question, bro. I say, the thing about being an agent, I think what's exciting about it, you ever seen snowflake. No two snowflakes are the same.
Yeah.
There's really like no 2 days that are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, I get up early. I've recently gotten into meditation, like doing my breathing exercises.
Yeah.
All those type things. I'm really strong in my faith, being more consistent with God.
Yeah.
So that's a non-negotiable. But then, wake up in the morning looking at your schedule, you might have calls with brands.
Yeah.
Or it might be, I got team calls. I got undrafted guys that are looking for a landing spot, practice squad guys talking about this. So no 2 days are the same.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to have structure. That's a new thing, right? The kids are saying structure.
Yeah.
I think for me is I take each day and it's in its own day, and I don't carry it over. Yeah. Once I'm done, I'm done. Whether that's recruitment, the next class, you got 2026 coming up.
Yeah.
Some of that day is going to be attributed to that. Some of that day is going to be looking at analytics. Sometimes you look at 4:30 every day. That email is coming with the league transactions to see. I like to stay sharp. It's like in any business, right?
Yeah.
If you're a musician, sometimes you got to go to the club and listen to music, right? To see what the people are doing. Yeah. So some of my day is I'm looking at contracts and understanding, okay, these are deferred guarantees. Oh, this is rolling guarantees. Like, you just want to stay sharp.
Yeah.
Whether that's looking in your CBA, you got to stay sharp because, you don't want to become a VCR or a DVD player when everybody else is evolving. I'm studying what people are doing, studying how front office tendencies are going, and watching a lot of NFL Live, watching a lot of ball, right? Yeah. If I'm recruiting a D lineman, I got to understand, he lining up at the 3-eye. What that mean? Oh, he's this, and that. So, like, for me, it's just about staying sharp, man. And whatever that day entails, that day entails. But one thing I'm going to do every day is work towards where I'm trying to go and express gratitude to God for what he's allowing me to do in the purpose.
Most definitely right there. What do you feel like has been like the biggest challenge that you ever faced so far in your career?
It's the thing about being an agent, right, bro, is like so much of what you do is like you always want to compare yourself to other people because you like, dang, first question people ask you, you just ask me, how many guys you got in the league? Yeah. If that number ain't high, people sometimes view that as like, oh, you must not be nobody. Yeah. But dog, myself, you ever seen the movie The Wood?
Yeah, I seen that.
When bro got one number. Yeah. And they're like, this one number worth way more than all this. Yeah. So it's about not falling into that comparison to other people or worrying about what everybody else is doing or worrying if the deal you did is good enough or, that's been a challenge. It's also a challenge being that, at this point I'm independent. Yeah. I'm independent. I got my dog Sid riding shotgun with me, helping me. But for the most part, being independent, you fighting. It's like you Dame Lillard with the Blazers. Like you hooping. It's like, damn, they jumping me. Yeah. Just the competition, getting over defeat, right? Yeah. Trying hard to sign a player and taking that L. Yeah. And learning from that L and, rejection. Because you're going to get rejected in this business. Like, they ain't lying. You're going to get fired. Yeah. You're going to probably do a deal that you wish you can do over. Yeah. So it's just about having to be resilient in a business where you're going to get, what Mike Tyson say, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Yeah. Just that level of resilience. Sometimes being overlooked. The frustrations where in your heart you better than certain people. And it's just like the world don't know it yet. Spending a lot of money on a prospect and it's coming out your pocket and maybe that player doesn't make it. Yeah. And it's like, dang, I just took X amount to the head. Yeah. But all in all, man, you sign up for it. And Kobe got a quote, right? He says, I signed up for greatness. Yeah. This comes with it. And you asked me, like, what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this? Yeah. Obviously, I'd be practicing law. Yeah. I'd probably be a partner at a law firm right now, on the website, smiling, doing all that. Or I'd be teaching, coaching, something within the community, something dealing with sports, some way, shape, or form. I find my way around sports or bar, maybe even doing what you're doing, podcasting, talking to people, maybe writing, using that English major for something. Yeah. So, and we're going to find out, because I won't be doing this forever.
Yeah, I feel you. So how do you go about finding clients? Like, what do y'all do? Right, reach out to them, and how did that be going?
I mean, it depends, right? Yeah. Organically, being from where we're from, it's a lot of word of mouth. You'd be surprised at how many people that you go to church with. Man, I got a nephew that's about to sign with Texas Tech, so a lot of that is going to be just grassroots, organic. Okay. Some of that is, you're going to get a list called the Blesto NFS list, and you look at grades on players. See me. Yeah. Some people just look at the grades. Oh, he's got a 4th round grade. Let me recruit him. Like, for me, I trust my eyes more than anything. For example, with an Aiden Huntington.
Yeah.
He didn't have a draftable, he was on that fringe, but I look at him, I'm like, this is an NFL player.
Yeah.
And I trust my eye and I trust what I see. So I think it's a balance. You got scouts that you trust.
Yeah.
Like guys that you really rock with. Like one of my dogs, I ain't gonna say his name or shout him out, but he's somebody who I really trust. And if he stamps somebody, I'm not asking no questions. Yeah. So I think you look at lists, you aggregate all this information, and you make that big board of how many people you want to target. And like I said, some of that might be geographically based because you naturally might just connect best with people who you got something in common with or some level of ties with. Yeah. But I feel like, Elijah Badger is from Sacramento, California.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you can put me in a box. I don't think I'm just geographically one place. We can go to Canada. We can get it up.
Yeah. So when you struck your first deal, how did that make you feel when you represented your first client? Like, how did your first negotiation deal go, and how did that make you feel when you called your client, like, okay, you're going to get this and that?
It was a great day. It was right before Good Friday, which is like, if you from Southwest Louisiana, it's like the biggest holiday.
Yeah.
Negotiations were intense.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's hard.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win them all, but once you get that deal to the finish line, and you could call a client and let them know, like, bro, it was tears.
Yeah.
It was a lot of relief for me because it's your first major deal and it's worth over 104 M's.
Yeah.
Part of me couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But the other part of me is like, you prepare for these moments, you deserve it.
Yeah.
You worked hard enough to be able to negotiate these type deals. And more importantly, you surrounded yourself with good enough players to be able to do it. Because like at the end of the day, bro, I feel like there's too many agents around here like taking credit for a deal. They be like, oh, you got such and such paid. You didn't get them paid, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you got an A on the group project, but all you really did was type it up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You typed it up, spell checked it, but you went in there. But there's no trash players ain't getting a lot of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm blessed to have played a small role in those type of deals. But it's like that was a long time ago, bro. That was what 2023, 2024. Okay. Like I'm thankful for it, but that's gonna be a footnote in my story.
Yeah,
and you're thankful for it. You move forward. And I'm ready to go. Yeah. I'm ready to go get more.
So another question I got for you. So you'll have a client that's a free agent. Like, do y'all promote them to teams? Like, how did that be working? Or that ain't something that agents do?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. First, like I just told you, bro, like the best thing you can have in this business is a great product. Not to sound like Frank Lucas or nothing, but the best thing you would have is a great player and a great product. So when you do get towards free agency, as you know, the league year starts on this date. So, I ain't about to tamper. You can't tamper. You have to go by the book. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, when you get into that window, of course, you look at what teams have done. A lot of those meetings are going to happen like a little bit after the combine. You might see people at the combine. They know they ain't supposed to tap in, but they tapping in. Like, what's up with such and such? Yeah. Hey, but I can't talk about that. But it's unwritten rules in this business. You go about it. Of course, you're gonna promote your player. Yeah. And as an agent, it's your job to you listen to your player, you take their input. You the point guard, man. You like, here are your options. Yeah. Here's what Cleveland is looking like at your position. Here's what they've historically done. You're looking at cap space. You're looking, and obviously the hard part about free agency is that the draft hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it's like you really talking to teams, trusting what they saying. Like, damn, bro, I didn't just win it, but y'all took somebody in my position second round, and at that point you got draft capital in the position now. So it's really just understanding how you move, and sometimes you won't make a decision in free agency until after the draft, until after the board is done. Sure. You're like, okay, now let's pick our spot. Let's see what we're doing. Who are the other free agents out there? Where do you fall in free agency? See, like some guys think I'm at the top. You're not. Sometimes you're in the free agency middle class. Yeah. And this guy got $7 million right now because what people don't realize is like when you're talking to a GM, the GM got player comps.
Yeah.
Here's how he stacks up to here. You're really who the market says you are.
Yeah.
You can say you as good as you are. It's like, everybody mama think they son handsome, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you a 10. You are who they say. Like you can feel like you a 10.
Yeah.
But the market says you are in fact a 6, my brother.
Yeah.
So it's hard. You're gonna have some difficult conversations in free agency.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
Like for me, bro, that's fun. Like, that's what you get in this business for. Like, what's the fun in only having first round picks?
Yeah.
Real talk though. What's
true.
the fun? Like, how do you even show who you are? Like, like, granted, you would love to have nothing but top 10 picks, top, be in the green room every year. That's a goal, right?
Yeah.
But you really show who you are as an agent when you getting that veteran side, the VSB.
Yeah. That
veteran salary benefit, like when you really getting in your bag. Hey, I believe he's going to play. Let me put some playtime incentives in this deal. Yeah, let me, let's do some NLT, not likely to be earned. And like, let me get my bag per game roster bonus.
Yeah.
Like, some agents scared of that.
Yeah.
Some agents not real agents. They just, they system guys.
Yeah.
See, me, there's nothing I can't do in this business. Nothing. You name it.
Well, what strategies do you usually use when you go into negotiations?
I think my style is, I think I'm starting to earn a reputation in this business. Is like some agents are, do like a lot of hyperbole. Yeah. Like they walking into talking about, oh, I want 60 million. Like, bro, we know that play. Like, I think I've earned a reputation as being realistic. Yeah. And I think that comes from my mediation background. People think like, oh, I'm gonna start with this high number. Like, bro, let's get into the correct neighborhood. Like, let's at least get in the same stratosphere. Yeah. Right? If we at least 5 M's or 7 M's, I'm not like, I understand. I think once you show people that you're realistic, you earn credibility. Yeah. My strategy is more so conversational. Yeah. It depends on the organization. Some organizations like a Cleveland Browns, they're more analytical, data driven. Yeah. Some organizations like the GM is a football guy. They like, let's talk about the tape. Yeah. It's just, I'm gonna adapt to any room, and from there, I employ more of a collaborative approach. Where it's like, hey, bro, I understand you work for the owner, I work for the player. Yeah. Let's get a deal done. I remember I was having a conversation with Brandon Bean, who's the GM for the Bills. That's my dog. Shout out to Bean. And Bean said, so, the problem with some agents is some agents are scared to do a deal. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, they're always looking over their shoulder, worrying about what another agent is doing or how they're gonna look. Like, man, let's just get a deal. And that makes sense. Like, you can't be afraid. You got to go trust your deal, stand on your deal. If you checked off all your boxes, you can't control what the market. You can't, like, you control what you can control. Go get a deal done.
Yeah, most definitely. What advice would you give like players? Like, what is something that they should avoid, like when going into like signing a deal?
I think can't be overly emotional. Yeah, you have to take more of like a business approach at it, bro. Understand that it's a business. Yeah, and understand that like, once you get your too personally involved, you gotta understand, bro, this is a business. The NFL is a league. There's billionaire owners. You are, at the end of the day, are a commodity. Yeah. They can tell you how much they love you, but you're a place. Mm-hmm. You're replaceable. You want to make sure you're signing deals. I would say, like, try to get as much guarantees as you can, and not just one level, because contracts are guaranteed at 3 levels: for skill, for injury, and for cap. Yeah. So sometimes you might see a contract, it might just be guaranteed for injury. Yeah. Or it might or partial guarantee. So just make sure you've done your due diligence. Yeah. Understand organizational precedents. Make sure they're not trying to make you do something that's never been done before. But that's where the agent is from. Like, trust your agent, but also players don't become so dependent on your agent. Yeah. Like, you got Bobby Wagner, you got was it Laramie Tunsil? Some guys have negotiated their own deal. Yeah. Learn your business. Like, don't lean so much on your agent where you just like, oh, my agent got, like, nah, bro, like, be a part of the deal. Yeah. Understand why this roster bonus is set up this day. Understand how it's prorated against the cap and why teams want to do that. And I pride myself on educating my guys. Yeah. I think some agents don't want to do that because they feel like, they might replace me with their cousin, or they might, man, listen, bro. Okay. You get in this business, an agent is an advisor. How can I be an advisor if I'm not advising? Yeah. So at the end of the day, when Keon and I were negotiating, working through his deal, I'm explaining to him, hey, bro, this is why the signing bonus goes like this. This is why we're pushing for the guaranteed money in your 4th year of your contract. This is what the slot was last year. This is what number we want to get to. This is the team that's below us. Historically, they're not going to go up much, so we need to push the button now. Yeah. And I enjoy that because you're empowering your athletes, bro. Yeah. Like, a smart athlete, for me, somebody who out there and knows his stuff, to me, that's more of an indication of a good agent because, I'm teaching you. I want you, who knows when this football thing is over, you might want to get in the front office. You might want to go and be an agent. You might, like, think about it. The more I'm teaching you, the more inclined you're to be able to get into a front office one day. Yeah. Think about it. You know what a signing bonus is. You know how to restructure. You know what the salary cap is. You know what league revenue is. Yeah. So let's get it.
Yeah. What they say the NFL stand for, not for long, right?
3.2 year career. Yeah. That's why, if you think about it, bro, they make it, you got to play in the league or have 3 credited seasons to get benefits.
Yeah.
So they're banking on you not making it 3 years.
Yeah. How has the sports agency evolved since you started? What would you feel like has been different since you done started?
I think for one, you're starting to see more minorities in the business for sure. It's not just the same people. It used to be, back in the day, you look like Buzz Cook, the same people. Now you're starting to see more minorities. You're starting to see more people who look like us be repped by people who look like us. Sure. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You're seeing that players are becoming more educated.
Yeah.
You're seeing obviously the deals going up because the salary cap going up. Like, rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
The salary cap is going up. You're seeing with, NIL, some of these guys got money now coming out of college. So you find a lot more of these players are choosing the agent that they want to choose. Back in the day, it was Super Agency 1 comes up, or Super Agency 2, they come up and it's, hey, man, I'm going to give you X, and them kids just, okay, well, I got to go with him. They're giving me a loan.
Yeah.
Now these boys got bread already.
Yeah.
So they looking at it like, man, bro, what else you have to offer? It's almost like, to a certain extent, it's leveling the playing field.
Yeah.
And, these guys are really getting to choose who they want to rock with.
Yeah.
And, the business is going to keep growing. It's going to keep evolving. And it's on agents to adapt.
Yeah. Them NILs, them kids be going crazy. But do you feel like them kids need to be more structured with giving them young kids money? Because, man,
it's the Wild Wild West. And,
yeah, for sure.
They need to do a better job.
Yeah.
I'm never against young men getting paid, though.
For sure.
I think it's got a lot of these old folks upset. Back in look, bro, things evolved.
Yeah.
I was getting free labor off these boys for all these years. You seen the Fab Five documentary?
Yeah, I seen that.
The boys was Nike making all this money off. Nah, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. But I do think, and now that they're making money, you got a lot of these NIL agents and street agents don't know the first. It's also opened the door for like people, you ain't got no certification, you ain't got nothing, you in the business. Like there needs to be some level of like better job of filtering out agents in the NIL space.
Yeah.
Character background stuff to see if there's fraud in the background. And then also, having sound financial people, because these kids, they're like, wait, boy, 40% of that's tech. They need to do a better job of saving their money. And by and large, a lot of them are doing a great job.
Yeah.
And it's just, they got to learn, though. And you got to give people grace, bro. Juvenile got a song. That song's about acting like him. That ain't never had. You got to give people grace to adapt.
For sure.
Somebody would have gave you that amount of money at that age, you would have done some dumb stuff too.
Went crazy.
So that's why it's important to have people around like, bro, if you want to go buy that chain, bro, I can't tell somebody who done grew up in the projects, who done ate noodles, who, all right, bro, you done earned it, but within limit. And that's the thing. I think it's just about understanding that everything is within limits. I'm not overly watching nobody pockets, but you just want them to be smart. Because that might be, NIL don't mean NFL.
Yeah.
So let's say you done got 300 bands.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a great start at life.
On me, yeah.
You ain't got to get caught up in the crazy cars and this and that. Like, bro, it's cool. And I feel like for me, I could have these conversations with my players. Yeah. You saw the car I pulled up in. My car got 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Right now. And guess what? It's got to go, it's going to get to 250.
Yeah.
I needed to do 250.
Yeah, for sure.
Once I get to a quarter M, then we go.
It's on.
Then I'm going to do something.
Yeah. For sure. So going back to your career, like what's some failures that you done had in your career, and how did you bounce back from overcoming it?
I think I've had, ain't nobody in this business don't have failures. You know, it's missing out on certain clients. Okay. Maybe things you wish you could have done better. I obviously had a period where I had to recertify as an agent because I hadn't signed a player in 3 years. Yeah. So that's a big failure. That's like you getting punched in the mouth,
Oh, so that's I didn't mean to cut you off, but so you said if you go 3 years without signing a player,
you have to recertify.
Okay.
You got to go take a new test. Everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's wild out here, bro.
Yeah, dang.
And, that's a failure. I failed in just certain extents. I remember like one of my first drafts, I didn't handle the undrafted free agency process correctly. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. Yeah, I was so emotional that the player didn't get job. I didn't have a plan. Yeah, and ended up going to a team we shouldn't have. I waited too long to sign with the first team that called, or at least accept it, not thinking something better was gonna come along. Yeah, I didn't handle it correctly. That was 2014, but that was a long time ago. That was like Kobe shooting them air balls in Utah. that'll never happen again.
Yeah. So like when you're dealing with clients, I know teams reach out to y'all like, hey, we're interested. So do you like suggest like teams that they should pick? Like what do you look for and where they should go? I guess probably like the position they play and who's ahead
position,
of things like
fit,
that. Right?
whether fit that team's history with similar players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a team, you have a 6'2" corner, 6'3" corner, right? He's a zone guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna look up, okay, Seattle plays a lot of zone. You're gonna look at teams that you want to put that player in a situation that is them best. And it's no different than like you looking for a normal job, right? But who's the coaching staff? How many guys they got in their roster? How many normally they keep on the 53? What's their practice squad looking like? What's the salary cap situation? So it's a myriad of factors you taking into place when you placing a player.
Okay.
Location. Yeah. Obviously tax situation, if it's favorable, all things considered, right? You go to the place with no state tax. Yeah. So but that's the agent's job. You wanna do your homework.
Yeah. What keeps you motivated in your career?
I think what keeps me motivated, bro, is for one, I know God has given me a purpose.
Yeah.
And God has given me these gifts. And the gifts that God has given you, they're not necessarily yours. Yeah. It's to share with the world. So I realize that in whatever I do is Matthew 5:16. You got to let your light shine so that, people see men and see your good work. So I realize that I'm not just representing myself. It's bigger than me. Yeah. I'm God's son. Yeah. I'm my mother and my father. So I'm a product of a small town. I'm an HBCU guy. So I'm not just a reflection of me. I'm a reflection of where I've come from. I'm a reflection of my athletes and the people who've chosen me. Yeah. So like I realize that it's so much bigger than me. So that motivation, that's there already because I realize how much bigger it is than me. Yeah. And then obviously there's motivation because it's my name, right? Yeah. You want a good name. You want to be the best. You want to have respectable deals. You want to carry yourself like the consummate professional. You want to be one of them ones. You don't get to know. And that's regard like, bro, if I be a singer, I want to be in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you do, you want to do it at the highest level. So I used to think, the motivation was, I want people to know me. I want to be at the combine and Drew Rosenhaus respect me. But then you realize, bro, that's fleeting. Like, man, if you're doing it for like man's adulation and man's praise, bro, how long they choose to love you will never be your decision. Yeah. So when your why is couched more in things that are bigger than this, then you smooth, bro. Like I'm from a town of 13,000 people. I go back home, bro, and there's little kids that legitimately come up to me and they say, bro, Big Hump, Agent Paul, you gonna be my agent one day? Like that's giving a kid hope. Like think about it. And that's just because they know they done seen Carlin Vickers where we from go to the league. They done seen Keon Coleman from Opelousas go. So it's like maybe that was why God put me in this position to give hope. Definitely. And it's a little kid. We're like, hey, Big Hump. It's a little young boy from where I'm from. His name Logan. Shout out to my dog. He want to be an agent one day. Yeah. He always hitting me up about stuff, and I send him stuff. So like maybe my purpose is to impact that kid who wasn't quite good enough to make it to the league. Yeah. But you can still be in the NFL without making it to the league.
Most definitely. Yeah.
So that's my purpose. That's what keep me going, bro. And there's also a part of it that like the doubt and the people who told you couldn't. Yeah. That's a little bit of motivation. But I'm not gonna sit here and cap and lie. I ain't forgot. Yeah. I ain't forgot. But it's not the sole purpose. Yeah. It ain't about proving you wrong. It's more about proving me right, but I ain't forgot what you said.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
I ain't forgot.
Yeah.
Never gonna forget.
Like Mike Jones be saying back then, they ain't want me, now look at you.
Wait, one? Well, you know the number?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what you like to do outside of that agency, and then like how do you balance your personal life and then being a sports agent?
Man, I think I'm in the church choir. I enjoy my spiritual relationship. I enjoy reading. I've been in the gym. I know y'all probably can't tell, but I've been in the gym. Yeah. I enjoy reading. I enjoy spending time with family, my loved ones. Yeah. My daughter, bro, just turned 14. I was at the school the other day trying to help her do her locker. Yeah. And that's crazy to me. So I enjoy my family. Okay. Music, live shows, traveling when I can. I just came back from Arizona. Yeah. On some lover boy type stuff. That was smooth.
Yeah, it was up. Yo. Yeah, that's big. Arizona, I was out to Arizona a couple years ago for the Super Bowl. I'm an Eagles fan, so I was there representing them for the Super Bowl. We lost that year though, for sure. Arizona, it was loud. Yeah, for sure. What advice would you give like other sports agents, like what you just said? What would you give anybody who want to be an agent? What advice would you give them?
I just understand it, have a plan. Understand that it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
This ain't Jerry Maguire, cuz.
Yeah.
Ain't no 5'9" receiver about to save you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to just really understand that. Make sure your purpose and your heart is in it. And understand and identify your why very early. Because if your why is about taking pictures on the sideline, living vicariously through your athletes, being in the sections, you ain't going to make it. It ain't going to, because it's going to get so hard, because that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Make sure it's sustainable. Make sure you got some money saved. Make sure you aligning yourself with the right people, people who genuinely care about you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a chance. Yeah. And that's all you can do, bro. And it's like, make sure you have a tangible skill set that you can rely on.
Most
like and focus on what you're great at. Like, don't focus on what you can't do. Like, for me, you let me go in the living room, bro, anywhere in America, I'm top.
Oh, yeah.
Top. I ain't gonna even say top 3 because that's disrespectful to myself.
Yeah,
okay. But, you know, understand who you are and what you bring to the table.
So, hey, so I want to get off topic a little bit. So you're a basketball fan, huh? So I want to ask you, because you seem like you're real knowledgeable about it, and because I know you've seen them. So who is your GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron?
About to sound like my dog, Kobe.
Kobe. Okay, yeah. Kobe. Hey, so why do you feel like people don't compare Kobe more to Michael Jordan than LeBron?
I mean, at one point they were.
Yeah, okay.
You know, a lot of time has passed. You know, LeBron been doing it 22. LeBron been doing it since 03.
Yeah.
So, you know, now I think the conversation has changed. But that's not, I ain't gonna disrespect people, but the people who know ball know it's Kobe.
Yeah.
It's Kobe. And, you know, I'm biased.
For sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I got Kobe.
Okay. So last question I got to you before I close this podcast out. Like, what's the misconceptions that people will have about agents? What do you feel like is a misconception about sports agents?
I think people think it's a lot more glamorous of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It really is, bro. It's not easy. It's not just going to games and and taking pictures, or it's not show me the money. It's not just deals. It's you're gonna be a mentor.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a counselor. You're gonna be a therapist.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a hype man. You know, you're gonna wear many hat.
Yeah.
And that's one of the misconceptions. Like, it's not glamorous.
Yeah.
But it's fulfilling. When you do it the right way, you get a whole nother family.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta think about it. You do this thing the right way, your players' family, you sitting with them at the game, you chilling, you become, you know, I was before the last game I was in Baltimore, you know, I'm with Aiden's family after the game taking pictures, but before the game, Keon, brother, and his mama FaceTiming me on the sideline. You know, so that's the beauty of it. If you do this thing right, man, you get family, you go into weddings, you know what I'm saying? You're a godfather, you never know what can come from it. There's beauty in that when you do it the right way, bro.
So, like I said, man, appreciate you taking the time to come on the podcast, my guy.
Nah, I appreciate the platform, bro. It's always humbling when people think enough of you.
Yeah.
You know, like you sitting there thanking me, bro, like, shit, thank you. Because somebody might watch this. Like, yo, this is my favorite agent. That's always my goal, man. Anytime I do one of these, 3 people saw it, 300 people saw it, 3 million people saw it.
Yeah.
Long as the message gets out there, man, and people get to kind of, you know, if this helps your platform, turn up, let's go get it.
Like I said, I seen you when I met you in Atlanta. I said, okay, yeah, bro, doing this thing for sure.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying my best, man. And this is all God's doing. Somebody told me, like, bro, you self-made.
Yeah.
No such thing. No such thing as anybody being self-made. It is anything that happens in your life is in accordance with God's will. And what he allows, God's is what God allows, and players still got to select you.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Players still got to select you. Ain't no such thing as an agent without a player.
Most definitely. So if you guys like today's video with Agent Paul, make sure you guys like subscribe to D-Hop TV Podcast. Appreciate it.
Here we go. There we go.